First cricket game in five months, 6 months.
Hi, Kane. This is Neeru
Hi
here.
there, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Hi,
Thanks so
Neeru.
much. I hope I didn't keep you waiting.
No, that's okay.
Okay, let me just start. Okay, here we go. So, thank you so much for this. One of my first questions to you is, you've been through the quarantine process and you're in the bio bubble. How does it feel to be in a biosecure kind of an environment and playing within that? I mean, how does it feel? What is this whole experience like?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty unusual, for pretty much all the cricketers. I think is their first time, having to experience a bio bubble um, to make sure that the tournament that you're involved in goes ahead as smoothly as possible. Whereas you've seen other sports around the world that are doing something similar. So it's slightly, yes, it's unusual, but it's also great that it's allowing us the opportunity to play in the IPL and for the tournament to go ahead. So it's definitely nice to get out of quarantine after 6 days and then catch up with the team and have some social interaction. Although the bio bubble is still something quite unique too.
Yeah. So, but having said that, there, you will be not just you, many players, especially Indian cricketers. There's been absolutely no competitive cricket for them post March, I guess. So, you'd be going into a tournament which is very high intensity. So, how do you build up? It's a very different kind of a build up for this IPL than usually what it is. So, how do you kind of ensure that you're in peak max competitive fitness and you're geared up for the tournament and the demands?
Yeah, that's right. It's a challenge for all of the players. They've all been in slightly different situations in terms of their preparation. But I guess having such a long period of time away from the game and being able to come over to the IPL earlier and have sort of a few weeks preparation, get used to the conditions and the heat, and like you say, build up the intensity that the IPL demands in terms of the playing has been something quite nice as well. So, yeah, it's a challenge that everybody's been faced with, but no doubt as the tournament progresses, that all that game-ready match fitness, along with the warm-up games, will continue to improve as well. So, I think there's a lot of excitement, which would be the first thing for players to get back into cricket after such a long period of time off.
Okay.
But also a few challenges as well.
But like you mentioned, there's been a couple of changes in SRH. You've got a new coach in Trevor Bayliss, and that's happened. I remember reading Mr. Glenn Turner's book recently, where he said that the coaches have become less important than before. Like captains are the strong personalities. How do you look at it? I mean, how do you kind of, as somebody who's a leader also, who's been a captain of SRH and also as captain of the New Zealand team, like how do you look at that kind of a thing? Has the coach taken a backseat?
I think it's a really important relationship, and without a doubt, I believe there is a role for both of those people, and a really important role. But the relationship is a really important part to that. The coach and captain are significant in the direction of the team and the drive of the team. And so, I think that's why that relationship is important. So there's real clarity in the direction you want to go and the style of play that you want to have, within a team. So, I think that would be the most important part to the leadership of a side is the coaching captain and how they look to operate.
Mhm. Do you still get stopped and asked questions about the World Cup? That'll be my only question on the World Cup.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Sometimes, yeah. I mean, the other look, it was I suppose from a viewer, one of the most amazing sort of games to watch, emotionally sort of up and down. But it had the whole thing. You probably make a movie about it some days. I don't know, but it was an incredible game. However, as we know in the cricket schedule that we have, the focus simply has to quickly change to what's next. And that's been a really good part of, I suppose, moving on from something like the World Cup, is that you can't basically live in the past. You've got things right in front of you that you have to address, and that's right here, right now, and we're in Dubai, and we have the IPL, and then after that, there's a summer of cricket in New Zealand,
Yeah.
and obviously every attempt to play T20 World Cups that are, in the near future as well. So, the focus just has to keep moving. But yes, I mean, a lot of people, I think, watched the World Cup and felt strong emotions with how things unfolded and whatnot, and so you do hear people talk about it, which is the special thing about sport, that it does grab people, and it's amazing that you're able to be involved in it and play the game that can have that sort of effect on people.
Yeah. One thing about Mankading, do you think, Ricky and Ashwin have had this chat about Mankading. What are your thoughts? I mean, do you think that's a legit way to kind of go about it? Would you encourage your bowler, or would you discourage your bowler or bowlers to kind of do that?
To do what, sir?
To go ahead with Mankading, the dismissal of, bowling the non-striker out if
Oh
he's
man,
backing up too far.
no. I certainly don't encourage that. Yeah, in fact, yeah, that's not something that we look to do at all as a team. Like I say, we have behaviours that are important to us as a group, and something like that doesn't fit within it. So that's my stance. However, if someone is looking to cheat, I think it would be worth having a quiet word, and making sure that the game is, and the rules and the spirit of the game is upheld, because we're all ambassadors of the game, and yeah, I think it is really important that you do stay within those lines, although they are grey at times.